Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's pick a card reading, we are talking about the month of September 2022. So what's going to happen, what maybe to expect, what to look out for, etc. Do keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates with you and know that there's a message in here for you somewhere. And as always, before you pick a pile in front of you, I would love for you to go and find a quiet, calm space, take a few deep breaths, and really connect to whatever your intuition is telling you the pile to pick. So timestamps will be down in the description box below, as well as in a pinned comment by me. That way you can go directly to your particular group. All right, with that being said, we are doing Disney Inside Edition decks today for the month of September. So my group number ones, you are going to be the Hocus Pocus deck. Group number twos, you are going to be the Disney Villains. Group number three, you are the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. And group number four, you are the Alice in Wonderland deck. So if you need to pause this video to go ahead and meditate on the piles and the cards, you can go ahead and do so. If not, I will see you in your particular group. Hello, my group number ones, those of you who chose the Hocus Pocus deck. We are going to take a look at those cards first, and then we're going to dive a little bit deeper with your oracle cards. All right, so this first card is going to represent you in the month of September, and we've got the King of Wands. Right on. Okay, this next card is going to be the overall message for September. We've got the Ten of Swords. Okay, don't get discouraged yet. The next and final tarot card is going to be the advice for how to move through this energy. And it is the Page of Pentacles. All right. So first of all, don't fret. Sometimes we see the Ten of Swords and kind of clam up and think the worst. But I don't see that being the overall thing to focus on. So let's break it down. The King of Wands here representing you. You are somebody who's very charismatic, somebody who's very creative, passionate. You like to take action, inspired action, and you like to be ambitious. There's a drive within you. When you like something, when you enjoy doing it, you're driven and want to completely do everything that involves said passion. That being said, you are also an inspiration for others. People look to you and want to be you or want to embody the spirit of you. And that's wonderful. You are also somebody who likes to take charge. However, this could also mean that this is something that you need to embody for the month of September. So if that's not your natural state, this is something that you might want to consider embodying. So be a little bit more ambitious, be a little bit more passionate, take charge, take authority over maybe your situations and your life a little bit more authentically. And that'll help move you through what this Ten of Swords is representing as well. So the Ten of Swords is usually a breakdown. It's usually a really big ending. And sometimes it can be very dramatic. Sometimes it can feel very chaotic. Sometimes it can break your heart. But what I'm seeing here is that it was going to happen whether you try to prevent it or not. So this could be a relationship. This could be a job ending. This could be just you ending a cycle and wanting to do better. So again, it's going to hit differently for everyone. It's a general reading. And there's quite a lot of you here now, so that's amazing. So there's going to be some sort of an ending that is happening in September. And a lot of you are already going to know what this is. You have been dreading it. You have been seeing the writing on the wall, and it's you just taking charge of it now. So like I said, it can feel chaotic, it can feel dramatic. Sometimes we make it a bigger deal in our heads because this is the Suit of Swords. Sometimes we think it's more dramatic in our heads than it really is. But this is going to benefit you in the long run. The 10 in tarot, try saying that 5 times fast. is an ending. It's a completion. So whatever this was, it's completed. It's ran its course. It is no longer going to benefit you to keep doing or being in that environment or that situation. So this means that there is a new cycle that's heading towards you. So September might feel like closing of the chapter. And for some of you, it may be a really easy closure. Others, it might be a little messy. It might feel, like I said, a little chaotic. However, it is going to be for the betterment of you in the long run. It may not feel like that right now, but that's where this King of Wands energy really needs to kind of take over. You need to take authority for your part in this, as well as for your next chapter. So, you know how sometimes we kind of like to stick around to see if things will get better, and sometimes we stay too long or we're there too long. This is where the King of Wands is like, okay, yeah, I was very passionate and I was very much ready to give it my all. I was very ambitious, but now I'm not seeing any bettering of my situation or the relationship, fill in the blank. So now I need to take authority of the situation and move on, or make a better situation out of this. So that's where this is coming in for September for you. And then we have this Page of Pentacles. So this is very much a fantastic message, because usually pages are messengers, and they can mean a lot of different things regarding the story of what's going on here, okay? So with this Page of Pentacles, this is a really good message that whatever this is, you're not going to lose out on your stability. You're not going to lose out on your financials. You're not going to lose out on much. It may feel like that at that moment in time, but looking at the long term, you have more good things coming your way if you leave or once this ends. So there's a lot coming your way once this next phase starts, this new beginning. And this is also a reminder and advice to, if you haven't started learning new skills or developing new skills or training of some sort, studying whatever this next chapter is going to be, this is the time to do so. So if it's learning and apprenticing under somebody, if it is just being patient and consistent and determined, that's going to get you through a lot of this. This page represents solid beginnings happening for you. Being ambitious with this King of Wands, and this is a really big trait for the page as well. Ambitiousness, is that a word? Will help get you through this ending. Be proud of the achievements that you have accomplished and where you have been, but now it's time for you to move on to the next best thing for you. All right, so remember that everything has a cycle. There's always a beginning and an end. So however this fits into your life at the moment, know that you have done all that you can and you were given it your all, and now it's just kind of run its course, and now it's time for you for bigger and better cycles. So let's move on to your oracle cards and see what other message we have in here for you. So these are the, what is it called? Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. First card we have, the Tree, let them go. So don't hold on to things that are tearing you down or worsening or, not letting you be your authentic self or be your best self. Let them go. So them could be a person or a situation. So again, however this relates to your situation or where you're at right now, let them go. It's not doing you any good holding on. And again, with that fire imagery too, with that King of Wands, then we've got gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. So again, if you are sticking with somebody else for the fear of nobody else is going to be able to XYZ like that person can, word salad. There will always be somebody else that can understand you. There will be a support system. Don't think that you need to hang on to somebody because you're afraid of not being understood or not being accepted, that shouldn't be the glue that holds you to something that is not working. Does that make sense? And then your last one here is, Castle. It's time for healing, not war. So what this is saying is like, don't hold on, don't battle this, don't become like entrenched in this whole he said, she said, they said, all of this stuff that could happen by holding on. You need to now take September and do some healing work, whatever that looks like for you. And like I said, this is not always going to be such a bleak look with this 10 of Swords. This could just be, again, there's a lot going on when things end. You can over dramatize things in your head. So like I said, I'm not trying to diminish anybody's feelings or anybody's situations at all, but this is going to hit differently for everybody that chose this particular group. So like I said before, and I will continue to repeat, take what resonates. There are some messages here that are meant for specific people that come through, so just take what resonates. All right, with that being said, let's keep going. And this is the Barberries Dragons, Star Dragons Oracle cards here. First card. I love this one because it reminds me of Skull Rock from Peter Pan. So understanding, look at both sides. So similar to this is like, okay, looking at the situation or the breakdown of the relationship, whatever this is, looking at it with understanding and know that like both sides can have their feelings. Both sides can be right in their own way. We all have one way of looking at the situation. There's that saying that says there's 3 sides to every story: yours, mine, and the truth. So again, there's a way that like we see how it happens through our own eyes, and they have a particular way of seeing it in their eyes. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the truth. So you kind of have to break it down and have that understanding for both of your guys' situations. Same with working for a company. They have it their way, and they see it maybe in numbers and figures and facts, and you see it maybe a little bit more in an emotional way. All right, moving right along, we have effort, conquering your demons. Interesting. So take all of this chaos and put it toward more ambition and drive to move forward to your next project, much like this Page of Pentacles we were talking about. Consolidate your efforts. Make them all go towards something bigger and better than putting them into something that is no longer working for you anymore. And again, it might be a little bit scary. Change is always scary, or, endings can be scary, hence the, conquering your demons. But again, don't stay where you're not wanted or where you're not thriving. And your last dragon card, we have Rebirth. I love this. Giving yourself a second chance. 100%. We don't even have to go into that any deeper than we already see on the cards. All right, this is the Wisdom of the Night Oracle, and we've got, don't forget, reminder. This is a chance for you to look at your situation and remember who you are, what you bring to the table. And now we get to embody those things with the King of Wands. And really, this ring light is driving me crazy with the gloss. The reminder is, remember who you are. Don't forget where you've been, where you've came from, and how far you have gotten ahead. Now is your chance to use all of those skills that you have and put it towards something bigger and better. Next we have, the Trapped card. So yeah, some of you might have felt trapped in your situation, trapped in your relationship. This is your chance to be free from all of that. Don't trap yourself in with guilt either, is what I'm getting to, is like some of you feel guilty for wanting to leave, or guilty for, let's look at it in this example. Some of you might feel guilty for leaving your job because, you're leaving people behind that or you're putting more pressure or workload on your coworkers because you're leaving. If you're feeling trapped and you're not, thriving in your environment, you need to go for your own well-being. Everyone will understand, okay? Don't put your thriving on hold because you're worried about other people's, potential situations. That kind of sounds a little callous, but it's true. You got to do what you got to do sometimes for you to feel like you have that freedom again, that you're yourself again. Everybody can adjust. And it's not on your coworkers to pick up your slack either, by the way. So your last wisdom of the night, we've got confidence. Oh, I love this. So this will help you regain your confidence back. You know, again, it might feel like there's a little slump. It might feel a little scary, but this is your chance to feel whole again, feel like you again, and dive into something bigger and better. I am loving this for you. Like, sometimes endings are the best way for you to move forward and get to exactly where you need to go. All right, this is the Dark Light Oracle. We've got exploring. I love it. So far off lands are awaiting. So again, you've been maybe feeling trapped, stuck in your position, not happy where you're at or who you're with. And now you have this opportunity to explore things that maybe you haven't been able to do before. Things that you've always wanted to explore, things that you're passionate about with that King of Wands energy. Explore your creativity a little bit more. Get in tune with who you are again. This is exciting. And next we've got the Holy Gate. The doors of pure happiness will soon be opened. Again, I mean, this is really good for you. Whatever is ending is only going to open up bigger and better doors for you. So don't feel scared. Don't feel afraid. This is something that was going to end anyway. And like I said earlier, I feel like you already know what that is. And your last Dark Light Oracle, we have signs. Messages are to be seen and heard. So again, what did I just say? Like, you literally probably have seen the writing on the wall for this. So you probably already know that it's coming. Some of you are already aware that this particular event is happening or going to happen. So don't be afraid of the signs. Kind of just let it happen. Follow your gut. Listen to your intuition. Sometimes our head likes to override that, and it can be a little bit frustrating to kind of cipher through what is your gut and what is your head. But look toward the signs. Are you unhappy all the time? Are you frustrated all the time? Are you not getting paid enough? Is other opportunities coming to you and you have been refusing it, but you wish you would have gone to those other opportunities? All of those things could be signs that you are going to be better off after this ending. Okay, next we have the legendary ladies, and we've got Psyche, persistence. So yeah, you have that King of Wands energy. So that includes ambition and persistence. This is not your ending. This is just a chapter ending. You got a long way to go. You've got so much more to accomplish. Keep up that drive and that persistence. Okay, don't let this damper any of that. Okay, then we've got transcendence. So yeah, you're gonna level up. You're going to take this and level up. And maybe it's going to be kind of a spiritual thing for you as well, because maybe you're finally awakening to the fact that, maybe you've been not treated as well as you should have been treated, like the trapped card there. You might have been feeling trapped, blocked, all of these things. Again, you can explore maybe more avenues of spirituality and where you want to go and that sort of a thing. But either way, this is a level up for you. An ending, but a level up. Next, we've got Io. So light. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. I love it. Okay. So yeah, don't think that this is going to be a sad end. I shouldn't say it's not going to be a sad ending, but what I want to say is it's not going to be the ending. You're going to come out on top after this. Feel your feelings. Your feelings are valid. And, you can definitely stay there for a minute, but the key to any kind of emotional thing is that emotion is energy. So allow that to move through you, and that'll be a great way for coping. Allow yourself to feel, but don't stay there for too long. Don't take up shop. Don't move in. Allow yourself to go through all of those emotions and let it kind of flow through you like the water that they represent. And then your last legendary ladies, we got strength. So yeah, you might have to, lean on your inner strength a little bit to get through this, just like we were just talking about. Allow it to wash over you. but don't take up shop, don't move in. But yeah, you have the strength within you to move beyond this. And we have your last oracle cards. These are the Autumn Oracle by V. Love and Crystal. And your first one, we've got a transformation. So yeah, this is definitely, like I said, a level up. So much better for you. On the other side of this, you're going to come out on top. And then we have gratitude. So we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Be thankful for how far you've got. Look how far you have come. Everything that you've accomplished. Every day, wake up and living in gratitude for what you have, for what you've achieved, for what's around you, and your day and your life becomes a little bit easier and a little bit more, what's the word I am looking for? Abundant. Next card, we've got preference. So this might be something that you're going to look at in hindsight and be like, yeah, I definitely prefer this. I definitely prefer this position, this relationship, this cycle, whatever it is. There's going to be a preference for this next level up. And your last card, oh, I love it. It is hope. Have hope that it's going to work out. Have hope that you're doing the right thing. Have hope that this ending is going to be for the betterment of you and your situation. Sometimes we're afraid of endings because we don't like change. We don't know what's going to happen on the other side of change. But at the end of the day, change is what's going to help us expand and grow and become bigger and better than what we were. So don't hold out the hope. That didn't sound right. Hold out hope. Don't think that there's not going to be hope. Embrace the change. Embrace the ending. I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but you're going to come out the other side of this bigger, better, more fantastic, in a better situation than you were previously. So September might be a little rocky for you to start out with, but you've got what it takes. You have the strength, you have the passion, you have the drive and the ambition to get through whatever this is. Remember just to make peace with it. What is this one? It's time for healing, not war. These are great ones. You don't need someone else to fix you, and let them go. Because if you hold on too tight, you're going to end up in that tree. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, let me know down in the comments section below. If you are interested in private readings, I do them over on my Etsy shop, which will be linked in the link tree in the description box below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I love you and I like you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. That way you will never miss a video from me. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number 2s, those of you who chose the Disney Villains Tarot. We're going to take a look at these cards first, and then we're going to dive deeper with your oracle cards. So first up, this card is going to represent you in the month of September, and we've got the Two of Pentacles. All right. Next up, this card is going to represent the message, what's going to happen, etc. in the month of September, and we've got the High Priestess. Okay. All right, I'm loving it so far. I get it. The next card is going to represent the advice on how to move through this energy. And we have my favorites. Oh, I love it. The Fool. All right, so let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So the Two of Pentacles is going to be representing you in the month of September. So what I see is your need for balance. So sometimes it can feel like we're juggling everything. And especially if you are a parent, you feel like you are juggling 10 million things all at once, right? So this month of September, we got to figure out how to, even it out, balance it out. And it could even be as simple as, making sure you get enough water and self-care time, making sure that, you have a list of priorities, prioritizing you, all of these things in the month of September. Really, we need to make sure that all your needs are met and that you are able to kind of flow through everything. Okay, so again, there's usually some water in the Two of Pentacles in the background. It's symbolizing like the need to flow with like your emotions, with what's going on, all of that stuff. So I always get that intuitive hit of just like flowing with it, trying to figure out how to best kind of juggle everything and listen to your needs. Sometimes, especially if we are parents, we put the needs of others before our own, right? So this is a real big reminder for you in September that this is what we're going to be doing. You need to figure out how to like break it all down, make your list of priorities, and really figure out how to balance everything so you're not feeling like a juggler on a tightrope. Okay. And the best way to do so is with this High Priestess here. So this is all about turning inward, listening to your intuition, taking time out for yourself, not necessarily doing, but listening. This is the divine feminine. So this is the receiving, not the doing. So you might be allowing yourself more time to receive help, to be mindful of your needs, to be mindful of what needs to go on in order to create that balance. Again, I'm feeling more water energy with the High Priestess because this is listening to your intuition, listening to your gut. You already know what you need to do and how you need to do it. That is the whole message here with this High Priestess. If you just take a moment to take a step back, really relax yourself, like take time to maybe like in a meditative state where you can like sit down, let the thoughts go in and out, and really allow yourself to just be calm, peaceful for like 5 minutes. You can really tune into that little voice and have it tell you exactly what you need to do. Because a lot of the time that voice is trying to knock on our head and be like, hey, listen, like the little fairy in Zelda. Hey, listen. They're trying to get you to pay attention, but we block it out. We ignore it because we're so used to go, go, go. We're so used to doing our routine. We're so used to focusing on the needs of others that we kind of ignore our own needs and ignore that little voice. But now in September, it is really important for you to take that time to sit and listen to everything you need to be in balance. My words are creating word salad. I'm so sorry. So you already have the answers. You already know what to do. It's just you listening and you implementing. So it's going to be really frustrating at first for you to maybe make those choices. And some of you will say, well, I don't have the time. I have to do all of these things in this way because otherwise nothing else will get done, or I don't have a choice at work, or fill in the blank. However, you are only you. You only have one you. And the important message here is like, you cannot give from an empty cup. So if you continually like have to refill only 1/4 of your cup, and that keeps having to be emptied into some other project or to some other person, you have to keep refilling as fast as you can. It's a never-ending battle, right? So this month of September, we really need to figure out how to completely fill that cup up and not deplete it as quick as you have. So again, we're creating balance. We're creating harmony. We are creating that little juggle, but in the best way possible. You can juggle and be just fine, but like what I'm getting here is like the extreme, like you're doing too much, you're being pulled in too many different directions, you don't have time for you. And so now it's really imperative for you to take a step back for a minute and listen to what needs to be done, because your gut and your higher self, it really already knows what needs to be done. Like you're probably sitting here going, yeah, Natasha, like I totally know what I need to do. It's just going to be really hard to do so, or I don't have the tools to do so. And this is where the Fool comes in. The Fool is saying, you kind of got to take a leap of faith. You kind of got to look at your situation and say, okay, it can be done. I just got to kind of hold my nose, close my eyes, and jump in feet first. And the Fool is usually a pretty naive person just starting out on the journey, not really understanding what's going to be happening along the journey, what could happen along the journey. But it is also a big leap of faith and a big, what is a trust fall? You know what I mean? Like, remember in like group activities, like in camp and like schools where, you know, all of the kids are arms out waiting for you to jump back or fall onto them and they will catch you. That's what this is saying. You just got to trust the process. Trust that you know what you need to do, that you can do that you can implement it, and you will be just fine. There's new beginnings on their way. Like once you implement this will be a whole game changer for you. This will be something that you're like, oh man, I wish I would have done this sooner. Like, this is awesome. I have so much room for activities now. Like, that whole environment will change once you just take this trust fall and know that you can do it, that you can create balance and harmony just by, you know, maybe it's cutting out something, or maybe it's delegating something, or maybe it's, you know, telling somebody no. And remember, no is a complete sentence. You know, sometimes we think that, you know, in a job situation, if we continually say yes and we take on more than we should, then we'll get ahead. But honestly, it doesn't always happen that way. It usually ends up as, I'm going to pile on so much work for her because, hey, why not? She doesn't say no, and I don't have to hire a second person for this position, and so I can create more profits. It's kind of that situation, right? So you can say no if it is in the parameters to say no. If it's not in your job description and you have Tommy's soccer game tonight, you cannot stay late, guess what? You can say no. Tommy's soccer game is more important, right? So it's just those little things that need to create balance, and it'll create a whole bigger and better new beginning for you. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. First up, we've got the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle, and it is Voyage. You already have all the answers. Boom, done. Next, we have Morning. The world awaits you. Yeah, so this is a fresh new outlook, fresh new beginning. There is a new day dawning, and it involves you standing up for yourself. It involves you saying no. It involves you delegating. It involves you taking time out for yourself. Okay, next and your last, believe in your own magic. Goodness sake, Natasha. Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. You didn't. You've got this. This is a brand new beginning. And again, look at this. Leap of faith. Take it. You got this. All right. Next up, we have the Star Dragons Oracle. And it is the choice. Understanding consequences. So yeah, we were talking about choices. How you can say no. How you can create a new routine. Understanding the consequences too is not necessarily a bad thing. So if you say no to work that is not your work, but that's going to allow you some extra time at home with Tommy, absolutely, that's the consequence, right? If it's not in your job description, you don't necessarily have to do it, and then you can be home a little bit earlier, or XYZ. There are consequences to your actions. But if it is in your job description and you say no, guess what? There's a consequence to that too, huh? So like there's a lot going on with understanding what choices are good to make for your situation. But again, choice also goes back to the Two of Coins, because there's always a choice. You can balance, or you can let the balls all fall on the floor. Next, we have Transcendence, achieving success. So once you take that leap and you make that choice and you figure out what's going to work best for you, you're going to level up, and it's going to be more success for you. So again, you cannot fill from an empty cup. You need to come back and fill your cup all the way, whether that is getting extra sleep, getting a little bit more time to read, getting to do some activities to take your mind off of the stress, coloring, puzzles, etc. There's so many different ways to do self-care that will be beneficial to having some more success in your life. And your last dragon is time. I mean, honestly, this is what it comes down to. Is, do you have enough time in your day to get everything done? Can you make time to get everything done? What can you cut out? What can you delegate? What can you siphon in order for you to have more time for yourself? to create that balance. And again, you already have all the answers. You already know what you need to do. Sometimes it's just somebody telling you, you got to do it. So I'm the one that's going to tell you, you got to do it. Next up, we have your House of Night, or Wisdom of the Night. What is this? The Wisdom of the House of Night. And it is oath. Okay. So to me, this is asking you, what is your oath? What do you hold sacred? What do you hold dear? Who do you answer to? Is it yourself? Or is it to your job? Or is it to your kids and your family life? What is the oath that you took when you signed up to all of this stuff? And how can you implement it and honor it? And how can you honor yourself? How can you honor this oath? Because you not being present for any of those things is not the answer. Next, we have a fragment. Okay, so yeah, do you see how it's like a little ghosty? You not filling your cup up, you not doing the juggling to create the balance is creating fragments of time for you. You're only a fragment here, there, and it's not your whole self. So how do you create that wholeness again? How do you create that balance and harmony? And your last one is strength. And I love this because yes, it will take some inner strength for you to kind of create that decision and make it happen. However, you have it in you to do so. And by all means, it takes a lot of strength to have to juggle everything that you're juggling. I'm getting goosebumps. It takes so much strength. It takes determination, dedication. It takes a lot. But at the same time, it takes a lot out of you to do everything for everybody, right? You can't continually fragment yourself to be in multiple places and do multiple things during, a 1 hour period, let's say. Let's be dramatic. A 1 hour period, you got 50 million people like pulling at you. You cannot be everybody's everything. So you have to figure it out, what oath you're going to take, what oath you're going to stick by. What choices are you going to make to create that balance? Okay. And sometimes the strongest thing that you can do is be there for yourself and stand up for yourself and your needs. All right. Next, we have the Dark Light Oracle, and I love this. Playtime. Fun is calling you. Make time for fun, whether that's playing in the park with your kids, doing your hobbies, or walking in the park, singing while you do dishes, whatever it is, create fun in your life. Because right now it doesn't seem like you have the time for any imaginative fun, anything that's going to create joy. It just seems like you're going and going and going. Now, a caveat to this is, listen, I know times are hard. I know things are stressful right now. I know that capitalism is sucking the soul out of everybody right now. But that isn't to say that you don't deserve some time for yourself. That isn't to negate you being a human being. All right. So we need to figure out a way that you can be responsible and productive, but also have fun and use your self-care time. And if it's cutting out something, you already know what that cutting out is. Next, we've got a transformation, becoming me. Exactly that. Coming back to one with yourself, coming back to wholeness for yourself. No more fragmenting. Your last dark light, leaving. Love that. New horizons to be sought. So this could indicate too that maybe there's a job that you've been wanting to take, but you're afraid to take that leap of faith because you know you have security. Well, guess what? You're thinking about leaving now because this is not conducive to a healthy lifestyle for you. So there are new horizons on the corner. There's a leap of faith to be taken, and you are leaving what is no longer serving you and what is no longer allowing you to be you. And next we have your legendary ladies. We have renewal, 100%. So in September, you're going to take time for you. You're going to figure out what makes you feel good and what makes you feel whole and what makes you you again. Next we have Tara, the protection. There is protection and support around you. Lean into it, whether it's spiritual or familial or friendship. There is ways that you can ask for support should you need it. There's ways that could provide protection for you. So this could be monetary. This could be just a venting session. This could be you covering all your bases before you take the leap of faith. So if you're wanting to leave your job, you can be covering your bases by, doing interviews, job applications, applying everywhere, that sort of a thing. So think of protection as an overall term for everything that you could be doing to protect your you-ness, if that makes any kind of sense. But we're figuring out who you are again in some situations and renewing yourself. So protection can be there for you, even if it's wearing a black crystal. And your last legendary ladies, we got Bridget, inner peace. Oh my God, I love this for you. So yeah, you figuring all this out will only be in the best situation for you, bringing you inner peace, bringing you joy, bringing you happiness, bringing you that renewal and that rejuvenation. I love it. All right, and your last cards, we have the Autumn Oracle by V Love and Crystals. And your first one is nourishment. Yeah, how are you nourishing yourself? How are you loving yourself? How are you feeding yourself? And this is not necessarily food. This can be like your basic needs, your comfort foods, clothing, movies, shows. How are you nourishing yourself, feeling whole again? Then we've got dialogue. This is important. Communication. Communicate how you are feeling. Communicate your needs. Communicate the delegation of chores, of tasks. If you are living with a roommate, a husband, a wife, kids, family, whatever, delegate chores. Somebody can take out the trash. Somebody can do the dishes. Create nights where you're going to cook one night. I'm going to cook the other night. I'm going to do the bathrooms, fill in the blank of how you can do it. But the point is dialogue is important. If you feel like you're being overworked at work, talk to your management team, talk to HR, have an open dialogue. It starts with the dialogue, right? In any situation, it starts with trying to communicate, and then you can go above and beyond. But if you've already done that, if you've already tried all of those avenues, then of course, leaving is your next best thing, right? And then we've got fear. Don't tap into the fear. Okay. Fear is there for a reason, and it's valid to feel scared to leave. It's scary to have change happen, but don't live in fear, if that makes sense. So you can feel it and you can let it wash over you and you can accept those emotions. But then after that, you need to let it flow through you and move toward action and figuring out what you can do next. And your last card here is patterns. You know your own patterns. So I know when I'm having an anxiety moment, I can see the patterns of myself. I can see what I'm, experiencing and what I do. I know, there are patterns when I start to get depressed, when I start to have one of those episodes, I can see my patterns. When I'm starting to feel overwhelmed, I can understand the patterns. So what are your patterns? What are you seeing right now that are alluding to you needing this balance, you needing this harmony, you need this coming back to yourself moment? What are those patterns? You're recognizing them. And again, with that high priestess energy, you've already seen it happen. You're already starting to see those signs. You're already starting to see the patterns. Connect the dots and know that now is the time to make this change. Again, change is scary. Change can be very, very scary, but it comes back to you cannot give from an empty cup. So hopefully this resonates with you. I know September might feel like a lot, but you've got this. There's success on the horizon. There's good change on the horizon for you. It's going to be fall. We've got lots of change happening anyway, environmentally, with fall happening. So there's a lot going on. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments what group you chose. I would love to know. And if you are interested in a private reading, I do have an Etsy where I do that at, and that will be linked with my link tree in the description box below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. I appreciate you so much. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number 3s, those of you who chose the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. We're going to take a look at these cards first. Then we're going to dive a little bit deeper with your oracle cards. So first up, this card is going to be representing you in the month of September, and we have the Page of Swords. Next card is going to represent the message or what might be happening, etc. in the month of September, and we have the Five of Cups. Okay. And your last tarot card is going to represent the advice on how to move through this energy. And it is the Two of Swords. Okay. So let's break it down, because what I'm seeing is not necessarily a bad thing or like a overall negative thing. I'm just seeing you needing to actually make a decision. So what we're seeing here is you being the Page of Swords. You're somebody who embodies honesty, somebody who likes to be honest with themselves and with others. So if you're honest with them, you expect the same in return. You are somebody who loves to learn, loves to discover new things, new ideas, and you like to share it around. Some of you might also love a good bit of drama or tea and don't mind sharing it with others as well. But, you know, I think that's a lot of us. So, but that brings me to this Five of Cups here. So if you see, Jack is kind of fixated on the cups that are spilt, not the ones that are upright and full. So what this indicates to me is the message that's going on in September is you're not focusing on the good things. You're focusing on the negative. And you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing to do that. It's quite, you know, like a good thing to find the negative things in a decision or in a situation, but it's not good to continually just only focus on them, especially when there's good things happening and you're not really focused on those. So what I'm seeing here is like there needs to be kind of like a move forward. But we're kind of stuck right now because we're just sitting and thinking about all of the bad or all of the negative that has happened or that could happen. Because, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that anything bad has happened or will happen to you. But it's almost like I'm getting this feeling of like, oh, okay, you know, it's like when you are sitting there trying to make a decision or a choice and you're thinking about all of the things that could go wrong. Like all of the cons in the pro and con list. You're like, well, what if this happens? Lightning could strike, a UFO could come and, you know, like all of these crazy things that haven't happened yet, but you're thinking about all of the negative things that could happen if you made the decision, right? Because we have this Two of Swords here. We'll get to that in just a second. So what I'm seeing is like you're focusing on all of the bad things that haven't even happened yet that could happen, but you're not looking at all of the good things that could come out of this decision, all of the fantastic, positive, awesome things that could happen. There's also the group of people here that are going through grief, that are going through a sad moment, and that September is kind of one of those months where you're kind of feeling all of these feels. And this is my reminder to you that absolutely your feelings are 100% valid. However, don't live in them for too long. I know it's easier said than done, but I said this, I think, in almost every group so far. Emotions are like water. Emotions are energy. Let it flow through you. Let it come in, but let it also recede like the waves, right? Let it wash over you. Allow yourself to feel those feelings because they are valid. And then listen to how your body responds to them. And then know that there's something positive on the other side of it. Grief is a really tricky thing. I myself have just recently experienced a bout of grief, and you never know exactly how you're going to react. You never know exactly how you're going to kind of get on the other side of grief. And grief is almost one of those things that will stick with you for long periods of times. Sometimes it just never really goes away, right? So it's learning how to kind of focus on the good things. So I'm going to use myself as an example. We lost a family pet who was near and dear with us for a good 13 years, like a little love bug, right? And it was unexpected, and it happened. And so the shock turned into grief, turned into mourning, and then you kind of have to go through life. Life moves on. Life has to continue, and you kind of have to focus on the good things that have happened because of that. Well, for me, the dog. So it was the positive moments that kind of brought me out of the grief, right? Like the focusing on the good things that those moments have made in your life. And then that kind of allows you to move in and out of that grief. Again, like I said, easier said than done, but my story is to let you know that if you are experiencing that, I'm experiencing that currently with you. I understand completely. But for the other group, I do think that this is more of you focusing on a negative, on the cons other than the positive of the situation. And that's where this Two of Swords comes in. So this Two of Swords is indecision, right? So you need to make a decision. You need to make a choice. You can either stay in your predicament, or you can move on and move forward and choose a more uplifting situation. You can take your pros and cons list and just fixate on the cons and never move forward and stay in that indecision. Or you can look at your pros and cons list and be like, okay, yeah, this might happen. This bad thing could happen, or this might not be so great, but there's a bigger upside to this. There's a bigger positive outcome to this. And maybe I need to focus on that and move forward with that, and not worry about what hasn't happened yet. The biggest takeaway with this advice is to be honest with yourself here and figure out exactly what you need to move forward and make that decision. To organize, gather that knowledge, and figure it out. Like I said, make a pros and cons list. Don't let fear or sadness paralyze you in indecision. Don't let it make you feel stuck. Don't let it make you feel like you have to stay there and you can't move because you haven't worked through that fear yet. So there's a lot that you could do. You could reach out for help. You can reach out for advice to trusted people that you know. Ask their opinion on it. Ask for their advice. But either way, the point of September here is you have a choice that you got to make, but you're too stuck focusing on the negative aspects about it. And if you are going through grief, you're too stuck in that moment to move forward. So you kind of have to assess everything and figure out how you can move forward from this grief. Again, you are somebody who embodies honesty. Be honest with yourself about what is holding you back from making this decision or allowing you to move forward. All right, so we are going to take a look at your believe in your own magic, and we've got forgive. So again, she looks pretty sad or not making a decision, kind of just thinking about things. I think if you are being saddled with grief, sad moments, feeling of sadness, if it's caused by you or somebody else, either forgive yourself or forgive the other person. And remember that forgiveness isn't for the benefit of the party that hurt you. Forgiveness is for yourself so you can move on, so you can work through those feelings, not hold resentment, and move forward for your own good. And others, I love that. Stand up for yourself. So again, if fear is what's holding you back from making a decision, stand up for yourself. Allow this fire to be the fire in your belly to light your way, to help you move forward with passion and vigor. All right. Again, all your feelings are valid, but just don't live there. Okay. And we've got your Star Dragon Oracle. We've got legacy persistence. So yeah, be persistent in what you want and moving forward with it. Don't stay stuck. Healing, restoring hope. It's going to be a healing month in September. Absolutely. And hope for the light at the end of the tunnel. Then we've got the self, gathering your power. So yeah, that little spark of light, let that be the power to move you forward. Gathering your power. So again, making that decision to keep moving forward, to keep being strong, to keep fighting for what you want. Don't let fear paralyze you. And your last star dragon, enlightenment, moving forward. Okay. Well, I don't need to explain that one. Oh, I love when that happens though. It's just so great. Next, we have the wisdom of the House of Night Oracle, and we have honesty. Oh my God. I'm laughing because I just love how it's all just tying in with what I've been saying. So being honest with yourself about what you're feeling, about what is holding you back, and what you need, what your wants and needs are. What do you need in order to be able to make this decision and move forward, or to reach out and be getting help? Chaos. Yeah, it's going to feel a little chaotic. You're in chaos right now. And the feelings that you have can feel like this tornado. The grief, the sadness can whip up and be a torrential downpour. It can be a storm just brewing inside of you and then release in a moment. It's notice. It's going to feel a little chaotic, but the good thing is with all emotions, they move in and move out. It'll be okay. And your last wisdom of the night is listening. So again, is there somebody that you trust, that you can talk to, that you can vent to, that can listen to your problems? Is there a moment where you yourself can listen to yourself of what you want and what your needs are, how you're feeling, in order for you to move forward? All right. And now we've got your dark light oracle. Time to use, not to lose. So again, your indecisions are paralyzing you from moving forward. So then you're losing out on everything regarding what could be done, where you could be going. All of this time is being lost because you're not being able to move forward. And then we have dark path. So learning from your mistakes. So again, if this is something that's, relating to you, your mistakes, you're learning from it and you're going to be able to move forward from it. Don't let mistakes hold you back. We're human. We all make them. We all have bad days. We all make mistakes, but that's part of growth and learning. And your last dark light, we have solitude. Be alone with myself. So this could be a great time for you to take this moment and really listen to your wants and needs. Sometimes being alone when we're going through all of these emotions and all of these feelings is good, but don't allow yourself to be in complete solitude for too long. Check in with other people, check in with yourself. Sometimes solitude is really great to block out all of the noise and to really get in touch with what you really need and what your next best actions are. But like I said, don't stay there too long. Reach out for help if you need it. All right, then we have legendary ladies. Wisdom. You now have a lot of wisdom. And again, wisdom goes along with the pros and cons and making a decision. So take action, but take a informed action and an informed decision. Justice. Okay, so I like this. So things are going to come out okay. Things are going to be okay. Things are going to even out. Things are going to balance out. This is going to be maybe justice for you to move forward, or for you to make that decision. If you're having a bad, or if you're in a bad situation, whether it be a job, relationship, whatever it is for you, it's going to hit different for other people. Moving forward by making this decision is justice. You're going to come out on top. Okay. And then your last legendary lady is compassion here with Kuan Yin. Have compassion for yourself. Okay. Sometimes we beat ourselves up if we think we're doing the wrong thing, or with the mistakes that we've made, we beat ourselves up. Or have compassion for maybe somebody else that made a mistake for you or to you. Have compassion is really hard sometimes when you're going through it, but compassion also is part of the grieving process. At least for me, I feel like it is. Putting yourself in other people's shoes, putting yourself in your own shoes, like really like stepping back into yourself and looking at what's going on kind of like outside of your body, if that makes sense. Not an out of body experience, but kind of like looking down on yourself, having the feelings. It sounds really weird, but maybe it's dissociation. I don't know. Maybe that's what I've been doing. I'm laughing because, you know, that's how I deal with heavy emotions. But looking at yourself having these emotions and having these experiences can create compassion too. That's all I'm trying to say. Ineloquently, I'm trying to say. And your last cards are the Autumn Oracle from V, Love, and Crystals. And we have courage. It takes courage to move forward and move past your sadness, your grief. It takes courage to make a decision. Next, we have discovery. Discovery being your whole embodiment with that Page of Swords for the month of September. You can't discover anything new if you're staying in the same spot. If you haven't made a decision, you can't discover anything because you can't move forward. And then your last card here is clearing. Clear the air, clear the energy, clear out the negative thoughts, clear out all the toxic, emotions that you've been harboring. Toxic may not be the right word, but you understand what I'm trying to get at. Like, allow yourself a clean slate. Allow yourself to move forward on a clean slate. This is a lot. This feels really heavy. And for some of you, it might be really, really heavy. But again, your emotions are valid. Your feelings are valid. Your experiences are valid. But now in September, the whole point is to move through it and to make a decision to move forward and clear space for you to do so. Have compassion with yourself. Know that September is going to be very healing for you. If this resonated, please let me know what group you chose down in the comment section below. I always enjoy knowing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you want a private reading, I do them on my Etsy. I have a link in my link tree in the description box below. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you and I like you. Have a wonderful rest of your September. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. This is group number 3. Those of you who chose the Alice in Wonderland group, we're going to go ahead and take a look at those cards first and then dive deeper with your oracle cards. All right, so this first card is going to represent you in the month of September, and that is, oh, I love it, the Magician. All right. Next card is going to represent the message of September, and it is, the Ace of Wands. I love it. I am here for that. And your last card is going to be the advice on how to move through this energy. And we have the 7 of Cups. All right. Okay. So this is really cool to see. September is going to be a very inspiring and creative month for you. So the Magician representing you is awesome. So this means you are manifesting in September. You are creating. You have all the skills you need. You have the talent, the skill set, the tools to create and manifest exactly what you were wanting in September. So this is awesome to see. I think a lot more people need to believe in themselves that they have everything they need in order to do what they want to do. Imposter syndrome is like a huge thing, and I, for one, experience it a lot. So believe in yourself, know that you can do whatever you put your mind to, and that you can get it done. The message here with this Ace of Wands is like, there's so much creativity and new starts for you. This could be new projects, new careers, new creative outlets, new hobbies, even new relationships. But for most of all, it's like new ideas are going to be happening and sparking new inspiration for the month of September here. I think you're going to have so many inspirational ideas and projects that I don't think you're going to know what one to like focus on first due to this Seven of Cups here. You're more powerful than I think you even realize. You have so much going on with creating. You have this confidence to move forward, this spark to invent. You are like going to be fulfilling a lot in September. So this brings me to the Seven of Cups for the advice here. So this means, like I said, you've got a lot of ideas coming your way. And I think it might be almost like, what's that squirrel energy where it's like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I can go here. I can do that. Oh, shiny. What's this over here? Like so much. Like I'm getting a lot of like high energy in this reading. Like I feel like you're just springboarding off of so many different things, which is awesome. But with all of that, you kind of need to rein it in and focus on maybe one or two things at first, and know that you can get to all of the other things eventually, but you don't want to burn out by trying to do everything all at once. So the Seven of Cups asks us to use our imagination, use all of our ideas, but to focus and rein it in a little bit. So this comes with being organized, making plans. Maybe it's creating a website. Maybe it's creating a social media presence. Whatever it is, it's you needing to sit down and kind of organize it and plan it out and being focused in that aspect. And like I said, maybe creating one or two things before you do. It's better to create one finished project than a bunch of unfinished projects, right? So that's the energy that I'm seeing, is like you wanting to do all of these things, but you can't finish one project because you suddenly get an idea for another project. So you start that one and then you forget about the other one. It's very much, very chaotic, but in a good way. But yeah, this is needing to just kind of reel it in, be more realistic, be more practical about how you're going to go about this. But know that if you can dream it, you can do it and you can create it. So I love this energy for you. I'm excited for you. Let's get going with the Oracle cards here. This is your believe in your own magic. And I love it. So we got Throne. Your potential is endless. Like I said, yeah, like you've got so many things going on in your head that you want to create, that you want to do. It's endless. Your potential for success and for art and projects and career, whatever this looks like for you, is endless. And I love it. Next, we've got Garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Absolutely. Look at, she literally has a seed. I love the synchronicities here in the imagery. So yeah, you're planting the seeds. Your little seeds are going to grow into something big and amazing. And your last believe in your own magic, you got Thorns. So weave together the crown you deserve. So again, so if you are, struggling, or if you have been struggling, now is the time in September where you're going to kind of put the pieces all together, where it's going to make sense now, where you're going to figure it all out and you're going to weave it all together and make this beautiful tapestry, and it'll come out a success. And it's, again, the crown you deserve. You've been waiting for this one, as Lizzo says. This is going to be so good for you because it's not only going to be a creative outlet, but it kind of allows you to, use your full potential. All right. Next, we have your Star Dragons Tarot. We have knowledge. So again, this goes back to the magician energy. You have the knowledge, you have the skill set, you know what it's going to take in order to create what you want to create or do what you want to do. The spark is there, that information that you have in your head. Like, I feel like this is all of the information that you have. It's going to pour out and you're going to know exactly what to do with it. Next, we have vision. I love this, contemplating the future. So yeah, I feel like with that Seven of Cups, like you have all of this in your head. You can see it, you can feel it, you can be it. Now you need to kind of like put it into action, because I feel like too, you have this vision for what you want. Like, so say you're creating a new career for yourself, like you're going to go into business for yourself. You can see everything. You can see your product, how it's going to look, what it's going to look like on the shelves, or how you're going to ship it out. You can see the labels. You can see, you know, what you're going to write in the description box of the Etsy store, or, you know, fill in the blank, whatever it is. You can see everything of how it's going to turn out and how it's going to come together. But now it's time for you to implement it all. It's kind of putting all the puzzle pieces together. And next we've got protection. So finding what's important. So what to me this means is like, protect your assets, protect yourself by not doing too much all at once. So finding what's important, prioritize, make plans, figure out, okay, well, I don't think I have the capacity to crank out 50, you know, I don't even have 50 keychains, we're going to say. I don't have the capacity to do that. But what I can do is create one really cool keychain once a week. So figure out how long it's going to take you to make the product. Figure out how long it's going to take you to ship the product. All of these things. Protect yourself and your image and your brand by doing all of the planning ahead of time and having that foresight to prioritize what's important at that moment. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, next we have the Wisdom of House of Night Oracle, and the first one is, message. All right, so there may be some good signs coming your way that things are going to work out. You may be getting emails from people. You may be getting text messages, phone calls from people, asking for your product, asking for your help, asking you to, you know, incorporate your ideas. Collaborations, that sort of a thing. Look out for some messages in September. It could also mean look out for some signs that you're going in the right direction, because signs are also messages. And next we have conclusion, chapter 1 and the end there. So for me, it's like you're finishing out the last cycle, the last chapter, what you did. And now with this Ace of Wands energy, this is new beginnings for you. So maybe you are done working at your previous job. Maybe you're like ready to do your business full-time, work for yourself full-time, or maybe you're going to start your side hustle. And then soon, maybe by the end of September, you can close out working for that last job and maybe work full-time for yourself. However this seems relevant for you, that's how you should take it. But either way, a new chapter is beginning, something's closing, and you're now beginning something new again. And your last House of Night card, we have Summon. I love this because it looks like the spark from the Ace of Wands. So summon your creativity, your strength, your muses, bring them all together, create something amazing and beautiful and wonderful. And again, creativity can be almost anything. So whether it is acting or, you know, a product, or even, you know, going and doing your own social media or YouTube, or, you know, whatever this feels like for you, is summoning that muse and that spark and that inspiration and making it happen. All right, and your next oracle cards, we got the Dark Light. We've got Flight. Oh, I love this. Let's rise into the sky. Yeah, uplifting. This is something that's going to feel good, be amazing. This is a new beginning. This is going to be a great thing for you. Next, we've got the Threshold. Shall you dare? So look at, she's going through that portal, going through that little doorway, I guess. So yeah, you're starting something new. you're going to kind of create this big moment for yourself. This is a change. This is something new. This is you taking the dive and taking the leap to try it. And your last dark light, we've got spring, everything that blossoms. So basically that, again, with the flower analogies, with this Ace of Wands energy, things are coming to fruition. You are creating something new. You are creating some new beginnings for yourself, new projects, new, again, could be relationships. I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah, you're moving forward. You have a vision and it's amazing. And then we have your legendary ladies. This is Artemis, love it, independence. So this is something that could create independence for you. Financial independence, or you feeling like you are emboldened and confident just to be on your, feeling like a whole new person, I should say. But independence, it could be you feeling good about yourself, confident about yourself. It could create you having a stepping stone to having your own business, having your own place, etc. Next, we have gratitude, being thankful for everything that was put into place to get you here, being thankful for what you have and how far you've come. Starting every day with gratitude and a grateful heart and being thankful will change the game for you, will change how your whole day works and how it goes. And in turn will bring more abundance your way. And next we have balance. So this is a good opportunity to remind you that don't do everything all at once all the time. Allow yourself that work and home life balance. Do it now. Otherwise you're going to be so far in deep that it's going to be hard and you'll have to figure out a way to get that back. So make sure if you are doing this on the side that you are creating time for your home life. If you are doing this as a full-time job already, awesome and amazing for you. But you need to make sure that you have time off. Create your own days off. Create, make a rule with yourself that you don't respond to emails after, 7 o'clock, or, create a work day hour for yourself so that you're not overwhelmed and you don't burn out. That is a huge one. Please do not burn out. It's very easy to do. It comes on very quickly, and allow yourself that grace to figure out how to create that work-life balance. Don't do all your projects all at once. All right, and your last cards here are the Autumn Oracle by V Love and Crystals. We got scattered. Okay, so that is exactly the way that I described your energy here, that you're doing all of this, you get distracted and you have that squirrel energy, that scattered feeling. I'm laughing because I can so relate. So don't allow yourself to stay in that scattered energy. All right, next up we have illumination. That spark. You're gonna find what is the next project for you, the next idea, the next awesome thing for you. It's going to be illuminated for you. I love it. And your last card here, present moment. So again, that goes along with creating that balance. Creating your work-life balance is going to be important to stay in the present moment. It's also going alongside with that gratitude, being in the moment and being thankful for every moment that got you there. So this is beautiful. I am really excited for you. This is kind of shorter than the other groups, but I feel like there's not much more to dive deeper into. I feel like you're going to have an awesome inspirational month of September, and I'm so excited for you. I am really excited for you to discover exactly what all of these ideas are and put them into motion. All right, if this resonated for you, please let me know what group you chose down in the comment section below. I do private readings, so if that's something you are interested in, I have my Etsy linked in my link tree in the description box below. You can find me there and book a private reading if you enjoyed this one. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.